Hello. I have a wig on. Obviously, you can tell this isn't my real hair. It's very long. So, I'm going to be going to work in a second. It is, what time is it? 4:02 a.m. So, good morning. I want to, before I go, just because it is Sunday morning, I just want to, oh, let me sit down. We're not going to do tarot right now. I do like to read tarot. I do like to read tarot. Well, let's do another one of these. We're going to flip to a random page. Okay. I need this to be right next to me so that I should be wearing something more than what I'm wearing right now. Hold on, let me find I have like a thing, and it's in here and it's black, and I don't have a lot of black clothes. I have a lot of colorful clothes. I'm gonna rip everything out of this closet right now. Oh shoot, I'm gonna have to restart the video probably. Oh, come on. There it is. Here, let me sit. Whoa! Howdy ho. I don't know what that means. Howdy ho. Okay. Okay. It's a really cheap, it's not like an expensive wig at all. I got it from China. But you can see like I just left like my own part like out a little bit right there. I guess it works. Okay. It's really bright. Bright hair. They call me bright hair. Bright hair, bright eyes. Okay, let's go. Is this charged? Yeah. We're going to start right here. We have Imitation of Paul on page 95. I guess we could start at the beginning of the chapter. Okay. The power, I don't want to start a whole chapter. I just want to read one little section because I don't think that I'll have enough time to do that. How long is it? Okay, it doesn't matter how long it is. Hello. Sorry, I have like 12 hours. I have to make my rent money, so that's what I'm doing. Okay. Does this look weird? Can we read from a different book? I don't really feel like imitating anyone right now. I'm just going to be myself. So, I have to reach out here. I can't reach it. It's way down there. Confirmation. I guess we are going to do something with the tarot today. But we're going to look at it from a more advanced perspective. Obviously, the writer of this book, Aleister Crowley, who I have the same birthday as, while we don't necessarily see things from the same perspective, I do feel like there is a lot of wisdom and a lot of correspondence and a lot of very deep knowledge that he has and has and documented, and it's just like you have to be. Can you stop with the fucking noise, dude? Fucking dinging at me. Why are you dinging at me? Don't ding me. I didn't ding you. You're over here dinging me. Don't ding me like a fucking dingaling. I ain't no dingaling. You're a dingaling. First of all, you're over here trying to dingle my dingaling. I don't like that. Listen, I'm looking for these cars. There's so many up here. I'm just having a difficult time locating them. It's kind of messy too. It's not like necessarily. I usually only pull those out for Lionsgate Portal, but that card came out. Bitch, listen, if I don't find these fucking cards, I'm gonna be so fucking mad, dude. You're making me mad, dude. I'm getting mad, and that's what I do because I'm mad. You big mad. Oh, I am kind of mad, dude. I guess you could like consider me to be like the wrath of God. Trust. I trust you about as far as I could throw you, honestly. I had this really cool New Testament Bible, and it was given to the White House, by the White House, to people in the, what is it, I think it was the Second World War. But my old roommate ripped the cover of it off. I had a yin-yang symbol, like patch that I put on the center of it. And he ripped it off. So that was really rude, but it was said like, it like was signed by somebody from the White House, and it was like, thank you for being serving in the armed forces or whatever. So, I can't find this fucking deck of cards. I don't know. Yeah, so I'm not friends with him anymore. We don't talk, obviously. I used to live with him, but we don't talk. He wasn't for me. He wasn't for me, and that's okay. I'm not really interested in finding a man that is like oppositional to me. I think it's so important to find a relationship, in which honestly, I don't think I'm gonna be able to find it. And I know it's in here, and it's just, that's the thing that's making me so frustrated. Because I know it's in here. I don't know why I can't find it. I don't really go outside very much. So, I don't go outside very much. It's not that I'm scared, because I'm not really scared. I just like, it's just not time for me to come out yet. If it'll ever be time. I'm not in a rush to come out. Right? I'm very, I'm okay being inside and not necessarily having to come out. I don't necessarily even feel like this is going to be the lifetime in which it's necessary for me to kind of come out and like reveal myself and like to really step into it. I think there's still a lot to be learned. And I do spend a lot of time learning with myself and for myself in all different ways, because you know, not the common, it's like, it's not the common folk, it's not the everyday person that needs or will be able to extract anything from this knowledge, right? You have to be kind of ordained for it in your birth chart, right? It's like, it's either this kind of knowledge that I'm going to be talking about in a second is going to be for you, or it's just not. And it's okay if it's not. And I can accept that. And I don't need to have a lot of people, or do I want a lot of people to want to get into what we're about to study. And if you, I mean, I'm sure that there's, you know, I didn't go to college, I didn't even graduate from high school, so it's like, you know, I'm sure that you can handle, and I'm sure that you know so much more than me, right? Most people, you know, go to college and do stuff like that. I didn't have the opportunity to do that. I was kind of like forced out at a young age to have to take care of myself, and I went through kind of I just went through a difficult phase. So, hello, my name is Madeline. It's 10 minutes in. I should be probably doing this live because it's really long, but I just want to talk to you guys for a second about some stuff. Okay. Ouch, my knee. Somebody just on the brake. Okay. Somebody just slammed on their fucking brakes outside my window. Slammed on the brake. Let's get into this. All right. We have the Queen of Wands in reverse. We have a letter. We have a bear. What is this card? We have the Five of Wands. Saturn and Leo. We have a girl. A child. A girl child. The Queen of Cups. Was that justice? That was lust. Because I just saw justice, and I saw it when I was flipping, and I noticed it, but I thought that that was what popped out. Why is this stuck together? Whoa, where is the justice card? Because I literally just saw it. I'm just really curious. Okay, yeah. We have the World right next to justice. I'm going to take those out and look at those separately. All right. The universe is ruled by Saturn, and then we have Libra, which represents adjustment in this deck, and we'll read what Crowley writes about these, just so you know. Take a look at those pictures. Notice how she's wrestling a snake, and she has her foot on top of the snake's head. Notice that? We have the coffin. We have the girl. The Five of Wands with strife. And the Queen of Wands. That was in reverse though. We have the letter. The message. We have lust. And that there you can see is Babylon on top of the beast. And the beast has multiple heads. And this is representative of Rahu. And then we have a bear. Right. As well as the Queen of Cups. We have the last cloak here. Release old identities and magnificence realized. I don't know where that book is at. I can't find it. Marilyn's over here. What did the bear come out with? Okay. Sodded. I actually found this hat on the ground. It was like 4 a.m. Does this look weird? You can see my little white cap coming out. Okay, wait, let's readjust it. I tried to curl it. It didn't like it. It wouldn't curl. So bad. Anyways, okay. I'm so sick of everything. Maybe I should keep the hat on. No, I'm just leave it like this. This is my bear hat. Grateful Dead. My door's not locked. I would like to say my personal job here is, yes, I do believe in Christ. Yes, I do believe in Jesus. Yes, I do love Jesus. I love Jesus very much. Okay? But hear me out. And this is going to be difficult for some people to accept or to handle. When we talk about the beast, and we talk about the dragon, and we talk about the devil, I want you guys to read the words backwards, and I want you to think about who you're praying to. It doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing. If I lived once, it's likely I live again. If I lived once, it's likely I'll live again. Okay? Where should we start? I don't necessarily need to look so much into this. This isn't my business here, but I'll keep it to the side. And if I have time to get to the stack with the girl, the young girl, and the Queen of Wands, the young girl, and the coffin. This is like the death. Okay, we're gonna get to this one last. I can't do that one right now. What do we start with? Justice. Adjustment. This is the card in the old pack called Justice. This word
has none but a purely human and therefore relative sense. So it is not to be considered as one of the facts of nature. Nature is not just according to any theological or ethical idea, but nature is exact. This card represents the sign of Libra, ruled by Venus. In it, Saturn is exalted. The equilibrium of all things is hereby symbolized. In the final adjustment of the formula of Tetragrammaton, when the daughter redeemed by her marriage with the son is thereby set on the throne of the mother, thus finally she awakens the eld of the All-Father. In the greatest symbolism of all, however, the symbolism beyond all planetary and zodiacal considerations, this card is the feminine complement of the Fool, for the letters Aleph and Lamed constitute a secret key of the Book of Law. And this is the basis of a complete Kabbalistic system of greater depth and sublimity than any other. The details of this system have not yet been revealed. It has been thought right, nevertheless, to hint at its existence by equating the designs of these two cards. Not only, therefore, because Libra is the sign of Venus, but because she is the partner of the Fool. Is the goddess represented as dancing, with the suggestion of Harley Quinn? The figure is that a young, slender woman poised exactly upon toe tip. She is crowned with the ostrich plumes of Ma'at, the Egyptian goddess of justice. And on her forehead is the Uraeus, serpent, Lord of life and Lord of life and death. She is masked, but her expression shows her secret, intimate satisfaction in her dominion of every element of disequilibrium in the universe. This condition, symbolized by the magic sword, which she holds in both hands, and balances or spheres in which she weighs the universe, Alpha and the first balanced exactly against Omega, the last. These are the judics and the testes of final judgment. The testes in particular are symbolic of the secret course of judgment, whereby all current experience is absorbed, transmuted, and ultimately passed on by virtue of the operation of the sword to further manifestation. This all takes place within the diamond formed by the figure, which is concealed vesica piscis, through which is sublimated and adjusted experience passes to its next manifestation. So the vesica piscis is going to be symbolic of the yoni. It's like think of a Venn diagram, two circles interlocked, and you can write things, you can put images in between the two things. And so it's almost representing the thing that brings union to other things that are in disunion, things that are out of alignment. The vesica piscis, and there's a lot of pictures, like I want to say catholical, like I don't know, I'm not Catholic. I don't know, I've just seen pictures of like Jesus like being represented as coming out of the vesica piscis. And that's to talk about the yoni or creation, or even the coming together of two things that would never be relatable before, right? So that's kind of symbolic of Libra. Libra rules relation. So Libra, like if you can't relate to something, there would be no intelligence in the universe at all. Cardinal air is the thing that initiates all thought, all words, all communication. It's the mind, it's the air. We think in the Bible, Yahweh, it's just the sound of your breath, just the air. It's just the air. I would say Aquarius is more fixed air, meaning it's once we have gone through Gemini, where Gemini plays with the thought, it plays with the words. That's why you can see Geminis as being really manipulative, because that's what they're here to do. They're here to bend the words. That's why they're the magician. They bend words. They bend speech. They are wordsmiths. Think of Tom Dillon, right? I think Tom Dillon, yeah. He has his Mercury in Gemini. I heard an astrologer use him as a reference one time for Gemini Mercury. I wonder where Terence McKenna's Mercury is at. Very smart. Very good at networking, Geminis are. But then Aquarius is really where you're going to get this sort of firmness, where Libras can initiate communication and they can be pretty stern about things, but for the most part, they're really here to get the ideas, the communication going, right? They're not necessarily here to finish the idea, but they just start it, right? They initiate. That's what you're going to get with cardinal signs. She poises herself before a throne composed of spheres and pyramids, 4 in number, signifying law and limitation, which themselves maintain the same equity that she herself manifests through a completely interpersonal plane, in the framework within which all operations take place. Outside this, again, at the corner of the card, which indicates wait, I lost my spot. Sorry, I do that. It's like the words will like start jumping around a little bit. Okay. Where was I at? She poises herself before a throne composed of spheres. Okay, look at the card again. Is there a way I can like have you? Maybe if I go like this. It's kind of bending it, but I don't care. Okay. Herself on a throne composed of spheres and pyramids, 4 in number, signifying law and signifying limitation, which themselves maintain the same equity that she herself manifests through a completely interpersonal plane, in the framework within which all operations take place. Outside this, again, at the corner of the card, are indicated balanced spheres of light and darkness, and consistently equilibrated rays, from which these spheres, form a curtain. The interplay of all those forces which she sums up and adjudicates. I think that means like judging, sums up and adjudicates, assesses, not judges, but makes note of, takes count of. Okay. One must go more deeply into the philosophy. The trump represents the woman satisfied. Equilibrium stands apart. Does my hair look weird? I don't care. One must go... Sorry. You can definitely see the line, but it's like kind of weird. Okay. I probably shouldn't like... Ugh. Sorry, I'm reading a book, so I'm trying to... Okay. I want some coffee. When I get done with this card, I'm going to pause this, and I should be doing this live, but I can... The energy would be all over the place. Too sensitive. Okay. One must go deeply into philosophy. The trump represented the woman satisfied. Equilibrium stands apart from any individual in this sense. Nature is scrupulously just. It is impossible to drop a pin without exciting a corresponding reaction in every star. The action has disturbed the balance of the universe. This woman, goddess, is Harley Quinn. She is the partner and fulfillment of the fool. She is the ultimate illusion, which the manifestation. She is the dance, many-colored, many-wild life of life itself. Consistently whirling, all possibilities are enjoyed under the phantom show of space and time. All things are real. The soul is the surface, precisely because they are instantly compensated by this adjustment. All things are harmony and beauty. All things are truth, because they cancel out. She is the goddess Ma'at. She bears upon her nemes the ostrich feathers of the twofold truth. From this crown, so delicate that the most faintest breath of thought might stir it, depend, by chains of cause, the scales wherein Alpha, the first, is poised in perfect equilibrium with Omega, the last. The scales of the balance are two witnesses, in whom shall every word be established. She is therefore to be understood as assessing the virtue of every act and demanding exact and precise satisfaction. More than this, she is the complete formula of the dyad, the word al, or all, in the title of the book of the law, whose number is 31, the most secret of the numerical keys of that book. She represents manifestation, which may always be cancelled out by equilibration of opposite sides. She is wrapped in a cloak of mystery. The more mysterious, she is wrapped in a cloak of mystery. The more mysterious than Diaphanous, she is the Sphinx without a secret, because she is purely matter of calculation. In Eastern philosophy, she is karma. Her attributions develop this thesis. Venus rules the sign of balance, and that is to show the formula. Love is the law, love under will. But Saturn represents above all the element of time, without which adjustment cannot take place. For all action and reaction take place in time, and therefore time being merely a condition of phenomena, all phenomena are individual because uncompensated. Wait, what? All phenomena are individual because uncompensated. Okay. The woman satisfied. From the cloak of the vivid, what honest? What does that mean? Want honest. Okay. Her dancing wings issue her hands. They hold a hilt of the phallic sword of the magician. She holds the blade between her thighs. This is again the hieroglyph of love is law, love under will. Every form of energy must be directed, must be applied, and with integrity, to the full satisfaction of its density. That's the first time I've ever read that. I'll put a comment. I'll put in the comment section. I always put a whole bunch of links everywhere, just because I be watching stuff, and I want you guys to be able to watch the things that I watch as well, because sometimes they're funny, sometimes I just watch them. Sometimes you can send me links if you want to, things you watch. I would be interested in watching them. I get kind of bored because sometimes I get really difficult time. I don't like new things. I like the things I like, and if I like one of the things that you have or one of the things you do, I'll always like it forever. I never really get bored of it. Okay, so we have adjustment. I'll put the other card that came out with this, the World, or the Virgin Universe. I'll put that in the comment section if you're interested in learning about that. It's the Saturn element, but I don't have a lot of time left, and I don't want this to get too long. So I'll put that in the comment section, and then you can learn about that if you would like to. And then we're going to go over here really quick. And here we have this one here. And this is Babylon or Lust. And we have the letter and we have the bear. Okay. I do kind of want to go get some coffee though. It's almost 5 o'clock. I'm going to pause this. And then we are going to continue on with this next Trump. I do know that this one is a pretty important one, just considering like for Thelema, Babylon was kind of like because that's what Aleister Crowley, like he had his own kind of thoughts on things, and they kind of went against what the Bible said, and he did take into account scripture, and he did, but he just had his own thoughts about it that might have went against what traditional people, due to maybe their lack of knowledge. It could have also had something to do with his trauma and his need to rebel. It could also have been from his extremely childish nature. Childish in nature. He had a Leo moon. So sometimes that can make someone kind of childish. I have a Cancer moon. Could be explaining why the Queen of Cups came out. Anyways, I'm gonna go get the coffee, and you guys will see me in a second.